of Jesus fill this place. May the fragrance of Jesus fill this place. Rising from the sacrifice of lives laid in adoration. May the glory of Jesus fill his church. May the glory of Jesus fill his church. Shining from a fresh sun as we gaze in adoration. May the beauty of Jesus fill my life. May the beauty of Jesus fill my life. Fill my thoughts, my words, my deeds, my The beauty of Jesus fill my life. The fragrance of Jesus fill this.
Welcome to Tuesday's Easter Meditation, the Anointing of Jesus, Mark 14, verses 1 to 11. Greater love receives. Now the Passover and the festival of unleavened bread were only 2 days away, and the chief priests and the teachers of the law were scheming to arrest Jesus secretly and to kill him. But not during the festival, they said, or the people may riot. Chief priests, so clean, so upright, so zealous for the worship of God. On the outside, they look marvelous, but here they are, scheming to kill Jesus, Jesus who they saw as a dangerous, leprous sore, something that would kill the nation, not bring life, something to be eliminated, not even really a person, someone they didn't want around. So Jesus left Jerusalem, perhaps with God's words to his people from Isaiah 1, echoing in his ears as he thought of the Pharisees and left the holy city. Why do you continue to invite punishment? Must you rebel forever? Oh, your head is injured and your heart is sick. You are battered from head to foot, covered with bruises, with welts and infected wounds, without any soothing ointments or bandages. Tonight, let's see uncleanness through Jesus' eyes. Greater love receives tender, loving care from the forgiven, soothing ointments and bandages. While he was in Bethany, reclining at the table in the home of Simon the leper, a woman came with an alabaster jar of very expensive perfume made of pure nard. She broke the jar and poured the perfume on his head. Bethany, a refuge from the Pharisees with their murderous plans. This time, not in the home of Mary and Martha, his friends, where the raising of Lazarus had taken place, but in the home of Simon the leper. Maybe Simon had been healed by Jesus, who knows? Whatever, forever, Simon is known as the leper. It's his name, a dubious name, somebody probably best avoided. It says in Leviticus that people with leprosy have to be treated in a certain way. Those who suffer from a serious skin disease must tear their clothing and leave their hair uncombed. They must cover their mouth and call out, "Unclean, unclean." As long as the serious disease lasts, they will be unceremonially unclean, and they must live in isolation, in their place outside the camp. Simon the leper. Simon the unclean. Simon, possibly deformed, has been isolated. Simon shunned by many, a man of the shadows. And here in his home, Jesus relaxes, tended to, loved and served by his friends. Those friends being outcasts, other lepers, the weak, and women. Greater love receives a company of the forgiven, the healed, those accepted by Jesus. Here, Jesus is honoured. This is his home of choice in his darkest days. Amongst the outcasts, Emmanuel, God come down to live among us. In all of the chatter, conversation, spooning out of food, pouring of wine, a woman stands out. Hair loose, how shameful. She approaches Jesus, no veil, barehanded, and a fragrance fills the room, stronger and stronger, all eyes on the woman. The smell, the fragrance, the scent of cleansing, refreshing weddings and celebrations, the smell of coronations, the smell of human need, the smell of priests and worship, the smell of death. While he was in Bethany, reclining at the table in the home of Simon the leper, a woman came with an alabaster jar of very expensive perfume made of pure nard. She broke the jar and poured the perfume on his head. You can imagine the scene, the smell, the noise, how it looked. Overwhelming, clinging to clothes, cushions, hair, beard, skin, oily and long-lasting, gusting in whiffs right up to the Passover, maybe. Jesus walked his last week with this smell in his hair. The jar's broken, the fragrance is out there and can't return. Fills the house, wafts from the windows and doors into the street, raising questions, claiming attention, attracting people, peering faces at the windows. That smell, what's happening? They see a woman, hair down, disgraceful. They wonder, and they watch as she washes his feet, uses her hair as a towel. She pours oil on his head, tends the places that are going to be damaged during the crucifixion, his head, his feet. A woman, hair loose, eyes wet, shining with love. A prized possession, her savings, her income, her future security brought and freely poured out. Nard for anointing a king, Jesus the King, Son of David. Nard, the scent of worship wafting through the temple as priests pray, the fragrance of prayers of longing and love rising to the throne of God. Nard, for refreshing and cleansing a sweaty human, a marriage feast made fragrant as the groom is anointed. Nard, the smell of human love, lifelong commitment and love soon to be demonstrated. Nard, the fragrance of the dead, rubbed into the bodies of the dead as they enter the tomb. Death, life, love, worship, adoration. Nard.
I give you all the
Jesus receives the anointing. Yes, I will be your king. Yes, I will carry your longings and prayers and requests to my Father. Yes, I accept your love, Simon, Mary, my bride, my people, my kingdom people. Yes, I receive this anointing to die, the journey that I'm about to make for you. Greater love receives, greater love honours the forgiven with the opportunity to serve, to give, to worship. Greater love lets us, the forgiven who were unclean, come right into his presence and hold him and worship him and serve him. Some of those present were saying indignantly to one another, "Why this waste of perfume? It could have been sold for more than a year's wages and the money given to the poor." And they rebuked her harshly. Jesus pauses. "Leave her alone. Why are you bothering her? She's done a beautiful thing to me. The poor you'll always have with you, and you can help them anytime you want, but you will not always have me. She did what she could. She poured perfume on my body beforehand to prepare for my burial. Truly, I tell you, wherever the gospel is preached throughout the world, what she's done will also be told in memory of her." Greater love receives. An act of worship and love and giving. Greater love is generous and extravagant. And appalls those who don't know. Then Judas Iscariot, one of the 12, went to the chief priests to betray Jesus to them. They were delighted to hear this and promised to give him money. So they watched for an opportunity to hand Jesus over.
May the fragrance of Jesus fill this place. May the fragrance of Jesus fill this place.
We have become the unmistakable aroma of the victory of the Anointed One to God, a perfume of life to those being saved, and the odour of death to those who are perishing. The unbelievers smell a deadly stench that leads to death, but believers smell the life-giving aroma that leads to abundant life.
May the fragrance of Jesus fill this place. May the fragrance of Jesus fill this place. of Jesus